Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube. I'm making an appearance again on the channel after taking like a break for 6 or 7 months. I would say a break, like wasn't even so into it. I only had about 5 or 6 videos. But yeah, I said because I'm stuck at home now, I might as well just pick up YouTube again. Here it is. Here I am having a chat with you today. I guess I kind of have to get over the fear of speaking to a camera, because it's all well and good in my head what I want to say, and then once the camera comes on I just completely go blank. So bear with me if I'm being a bit like, if I'm not really making sense at the moment. I'm gonna try and improve. Anyway, what I want to get to today, a different topic of what I usually do in terms of like fitness and health, and speak a little bit about motivating yourself to work or study from home, whether that be like school, college, or your work actually requires you to work from home. It's a tough situation for us all, and like for many of us, like I know for me, I'm not used to working at home. I always like to change my environment, whether that be college work, I be going to the library and that's where I be doing all my college work, or studying, and then like if it be my own kind of work, or if I'm doing like any editing bits, I like to be away from home as well. Like I usually work from cafes. I feel like I'm more productive, but it's a situation that we can't control right now, and we have to just put in the work at home and to put in kind of habits in place and a routine in order to be productive. Okay, so the first tip is to have a schedule in terms of when you're gonna go to bed and when you're gonna get up. Go about your day as if you would be going to college, or you'd be going in studying for your exams. It might be a different time schedule than you would usually have, but just have that set time for going to bed and then a set time for getting up, so you do have some structure to your day. For example, I still like to go to bed around 10:30 or 11 and get up around 7 or 7:30, just because I'm used to that kind of schedule. I don't want to mess up my whole routine, so I'm trying to stick to that. My second tip will be to plan and schedule your day, schedule your week. I mean, I've always said that regardless of whether you're at home or not, but I think this is particularly important right now in this situation, because you have all the free time in the day. So having your schedule, just roughly break down your day. What are you gonna do? Like from the minute you're gonna wake up to the minute you're gonna go down to bed. If that comes to studying, just slot down in different times where you're gonna allocate to sitting down and actually doing your study. I like to use like food breaks as my breaks from study. So I'd study for a bit, then I have my breakfast, study for a bit, lunch, study for a bit, dinner. That's just an example. Okay, another tip that I have is to get up, get dressed, and get ready as if you were gonna go on about like a normal day, as if you were leaving the house. I mean, I know it's great being in your pajamas all day and the comfy thing that could be, but realistically, are you gonna be productive being in your pajamas? Like, are you gonna feel like actually doing work? Because I know for myself, the minute I get into my pajamas, into my dressing gown, like this is my relax time and my switch off time, and I'm not gonna be doing any work at that stage. So if I didn't get up in the morning and got dressed, then I probably will get fuck all done and just browse around the house thinking of what should I do with myself. Thing that I like to do is have a study area, work area that is not my bed. I want to say, if you can, don't work from your bedroom. Like your bedroom should be for relaxing, for sleeping, and like for you time. It is not possible for me at the moment. Like I'm staying with my parents and I only have my bedroom here, so I have my study work area in my bedroom, but nevertheless I'm not studying or doing work on my bed, because I'm just gonna laze around. I'm gonna be so cozy, and all I would want to do is just watch Netflix. I'm just gonna show you here. I'm sitting down. I have a little study area, and keep it clean. I want to sit down and have that space to do the work. I have my laptop here, my folder, and just my notepad, and then I can just like, I can put that down on the floor. I have the whole table, just the laptop there just to do my work. Clear area means clear mind. You're just going to be more focused when everything is nice and tidy. Tip is to leave this in another room. Put it on flight mode, leave it in another room, and don't look at it. It's so cliche saying that phone is a distraction, but it honestly is probably the biggest distraction that you can have. I could be just like, yeah, I need to text a group chat for college, for a college project, and next thing, an hour later, I'm learning a new TikTok dance. And like, that's just the reality. So anymore, I just put it on fly mode, leave it in the kitchen, and once I get a decent bit of study done, then I go and pick up my phone. Or when I'm having like a little tea break, lunch, whatever, then I pick up my phone and I'll go on it. But other than that, unless I really need to just check something on my phone, it's staying in another room. Saying that, having little breaks is another tip that helps me be productive throughout the day. Because if I'm sitting too long at the desk looking at the same subject, even if it isn't the same subject, if I'm just doing study or work for a long period of time without a break, I'm gonna get so unmotivated, and I'm gonna start doing other tasks like cleaning my room or checking my email. I find short little breaks, whether that be just to go to the kitchen, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and just sit down for a minute, really helps. Okay, so basically that are my topics for being motivated to study or work from home. And another thing that I want to touch on is kind of go through the method that I be using to study for my exams at the moment, because as many of you would know or also be experiencing the same thing, you will have to do your final exams online, and that is kind of a weird and uncomfortable situation, especially motivating yourself to actually sit down and study for them, because you know you're gonna have the book there. So what's stopping you from just looking up the answer? Like, is there point of actually doing work if you have the answers there in front of you? Exams are gonna be timed as if I was in an exam center, so I would only have the 2 hours, 2.5 hours to do my work. Realistically, I'm not gonna have time to even look up answers. I'm still gonna study for them the same way as I would if I was to go into the exam center and do them. I set myself a goal to do really good. It's my final year of accounting, and I don't want this to affect my grade, so I still want to put in as much effort as I can and honestly just try and do my best in it. So the way I have been studying for basically the 3-4 years that I've been in college is I take each of my modules. At the moment I'm doing 5 modules that are examinable. You can get a piece of paper or a notepad and just write down all your 5 modules. That's what I do first. Then for each module I break it down into the topics that are going to be examinable that I need to know, and write each of them topics under each of the modules. Next, I will go through the past exam papers for each of the modules and write down what kind of questions came up each year. I'm gonna show you an example for one of my modules. It's management accounting. I know it's gonna be different for everyone, but I'm just gonna base it on myself, how I break down each of the modules in order to study for it. I look at the past exam papers. I take last year's and go question 1, 2, 3, and 4 and write down the topic that came up for each question, and I do that up to like 2013, 2012, depends. I'll do it up to the year that the exam papers were fairly the same. Is I look through each of the years and look through each of the questions and the topics that came up and would highlight the pattern that they come up in. For example, for my management accounting questions, topic 1 comes up every single year. So naturally, I'll be thinking, this is one that I have to prioritize. It comes up every year. So what are the chances that it's going to come up this year as well? I do that for every topic. I rank it down to, based on the exam papers, which one came up the most, or like came up every year. And then I focus my energy on like my predictions. I could be wrong. Look, this is only assumptions that I'm making, what's gonna come up. I'm taking a chance. Let's face it, the best thing to do will be to learn off the whole fucking book, the whole syllabus. But realistically, I'm not gonna do that. I rather make my predictions and study one topic extremely well that I'm fairly confident is gonna come up, rather than roughly study every single topic and do like okay on a question. I've been doing that since first year and it worked for me. I did really well in exams. That's my method of studying. Since I know what I'm going to focus my energy on, I've chosen the main topics that I want to focus on for each module that I have. Now how I'm going to break it down in terms of studying for the next 3 weeks, because 3 weeks is what we're given for before our exams, before our online exams start. Each day, since I don't have any assignments due now, it's basically just up to me, my own responsibility to sit down every day and do the work. I take 2 or 3 topics, like that's max I'm doing, because I rather just do that extra bit of work and actually study one topic inside out, rather than do like bits of every topic and every module. So I'm just gonna sit down and pick 2 or 3 and break it down. The more detailed your plan is of what you're actually gonna do that day, the better. And every night I like to just write out the 3 topics and break it down into what I want to focus on specifically. Like for example, oh, today I'm going reading that textbook, or today I'm gonna be doing the exam papers for that, or whatever it is. However you like to study, like you know yourself. One more thing that I find it's really good, and I've actually done that throughout the year, not only studying for exams, is shortening my period of studying and focusing on college work to like 4 days. So Monday to Thursdays, like putting in loads of focus into studying. That's what basically like my main priority is. And then taking Friday, Saturday and Sunday off for like me, myself, and doing the bits that I want to do outside of college work. That has worked for me because throughout the year I worked Fridays and Saturdays, so I had no opportunity to study them days anyway. And then I always took Sunday as like my own day to do like my own hobbies and bits I love, see friends, family, kind of put that time pressure on myself Monday to Thursday just to do them bits. Okay, that is basically it from me, my motivational tips from studying and working at home and how I'm going to be preparing for my online exams. Thank you for listening. If you actually got this far and I didn't completely put you to sleep, stay tuned for more YouTube videos. And yeah, if you did enjoy it, like you know the drill, just like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.